folks. I figured I will quickly go over my Brawler magblade setup for no CP Cyrodiil campaign. Bear in mind this stats is boosted by the fact that we got Emperor right now, so my health is usually around 34k back bar, and I don't recall front bar 32 or something, and you know the spell damage is a little bit higher as well, but anyway, let's go into the character sheet. Back bar, resistance, around 45k, 32k usually, 44k, 43% spell critical usually, spell pen is the same, 4000 spell damage, a little bit higher now, same recovery. You also use tripods, then this spell critical is a little bit lower, 22% I think it is. Use tri-stats when you are in outnumbered situation, 1 to several people. If you're like with a mate, playing with a mate, 2 against more people, then you try to use the spell crit more due to greater offensive stats. And a front bar resistance is quite decent as well. High health is the race. Attribute distribution here. Got a good chunk of stats in all stat pools. We use a lot of roll dodge, that's why we got so high stamina pool. Maximum health overall for survivability, but also one of our heals scale of maximum health. And maximum magicka is respectable, nothing more. We got a lot of damage from our spell damage as well, so yeah. Atronach Mundstone, our food is Bewitched Sugar Skull. And over to our gear. Hold on. Gaze of Sisyphus gives a lot of good chunk of defensive stats. Also the block mitigation doesn't work, so when you block you still reduce your damage incoming, even though it shouldn't, so it's bugged. Rattle Cage, overall a decent or a good I would say set for no CP campaign, and the 5 piece bonus major sorcery is pretty handy because it free 1 slot on your bar. Also the other bonuses is great, so yeah. Our other set is Heartland Conqueror. Increase the effectiveness of your weapon traits by 100%. And the front bar is equal having spinners basically. And back bar you get even more resistance due to the 5 piece bonus. And I prefer having defending over powered as a matter of taste, but yeah, our healing is great already, and you can you are more tanky when you actually take damage, you know, and if your heals aren't taking as much. But you can go for whatever you prefer. And lastly, got Dummy House for a little bit more of maximum stats. And our trait is well fitted on 6 pieces, 1 reinforced on heavy chest to make us a little bit more beefy, the well fitted to keep the sprint cost low, but more so roll dodge cost is important, the reduction of costs. Our Cyrodiil is all infused, 1 spell damage, 2 magicka recovery, and yeah, I think that was pretty much it. And we got 3 heavy, all our big pieces, and then 4 light armor, all our small pieces. Skills: Merciless Resolve, the bread and butter of Nightblade class. You This is you know, your burst, a part of your burst combo. Soul Soul, our spam ball, also gives us health every second, every 2 seconds for 10 seconds, based on the damage you make. Percentage. And Flame Clench. This makes it easier to stay offensive, by the way, so I like this skill a lot. You know, you weave, light attack, and Soul Soul, and you also get some heal from your light attacks, which I will come back to. Flame Clench, your CC, can be used to stale fight until you're ready to go for your burst. Offensive to kill squishy targets, or defensive to push back, say, magblade jabbing all over you and you're not ready to commit yet for your combo. You do the Flame Clench and then roll backwards, and you keep your distance. And next, Mirage. It makes you a lot more tanky. A pretty underrated skill, I would say. Gives you major evasion, which is not that common on Magicka tunes, and minor resolve to increase your resistance even more so. Piercing Mark, our major breach. I like this one because it gives you a chunk of heal when you kill someone with this active. And also if you play a Nightblade and you haven't, you know, I also use detection pots. But if you don't have, if you say you already used your pot, you can just wait for, you know, a Nightblade to come out with the combo, and you heal through it, or dodge, block, whatever, and then you try to, you know, you do the light attack to increase your berserker glyph to increase your spell damage and such before you go for a combo, and you use the piercing mark. They can go in stealth for 3 seconds and then you boom boom dead. Lastly, on our front bar, Incap, the greatest ultimate for both Stam and Mag, in my opinion. Increase your damage. It does a good chunk of damage by itself, and it increase the damage the target takes for 6 seconds with 20%. They also stun when you got 120 ultimate or more for 3 seconds. So if you want, you could use like something else here. If you want to rely like just on your Incap stun. While slotted, you gain Reeve, which restores 100 magic and stamina, which is also super helpful when they got a negative effect on them, which is pretty much all the time, especially in small scale, because you also have this one up, and that's counts as a negative effect, right? So yeah. Siphoning attacks helps our sustain and also gives us health when we light attack. So like I said earlier, when you weave soul and light attacks, you get a decent amount of health when you stay offensive. Cost very little, and also you get, if you let it expired, you get 4,270 magicka back minus the cost, but you also get like a percentage based on that magicka you get back for the duration, you know. So you never let it run out, you know. And if you let it run for long enough, you get magicka back, because the percentage of 4,270 is more than the cost, you know. So next, Shadow Image. Great skill to get out of a sticky situation, and also gives minor maim. The maximum range is 28 meters. If you are longer away than 28 meters, you will just create another shadow. But it's such a great skill. You know, you can do it through objects as well. And up, down, you know, it's very good for tower fights, and You know, you can find terrain that fits you when you're fighting a lot of people, you know. It's so fun to play with. Rapid regen, very good heal over time. Can heal an ally as well. Dark Cloak, also a great heal. Solid heal, but it also gives you a lot of other buffs. Minor protection, as I say in the skill description, but also through our passive it gives major resolve, increasing us resistance, and that also the duration is increased by 10.5 seconds because we wear 3 pieces of heavy. So, and that's also why, by the way, I use piercing markers. You get a spell critical passive here. So you could also use the elemental like a skill here. You also got the other more popular morph, the elemental drain, but it can be cleansed. So I don't like to rely on the sustain you got from that skill. So piercing mark it is. So yeah, and lastly, you got the race against time. It's our snare removal and gives us speed as well, and also for a short duration, and minor force for 12 seconds, which increase your critical damage by 10%. Great skill. You know, when you get hunt down by a Zerg, you can just stay fast, and if you can't get behind object, you can always use your shadow. You know, the synergy is pretty good. You know, and you block. You can move around very well, and you got the low cost on roll dodge due to our gear traits, well fitted. So yeah, I really like this playstyle. Light champion. This is the morph that it gives you a good chunk of heal. Oh shit button. Not as much as the other morph, which I used for a long time, but this one gives you major force for 8 seconds to you and your ally if you get healed by it, which increase your critical damage by 20%. So that's pretty insane. So I like this. You can easier go on the offensive, while the other one is like you don't get any offensive buffs with it. So it's a matter of taste and matter of situation. Maybe if I'm alone against a big group, I might prefer the other one, but if you play with a mate against a group, I like this one more. And also if you play like solo or like a duel, this one is also better. So yeah, figure out what's your preferred one. So yeah, I think that covered pretty much it. Cheers.